Hi guys, mine's MS7. I really wanted to take a moment today to just introduce myself. Thank you all for following and reading for the last couple of years the thoughts and writings of mine's MS7. I deeply appreciate that. So why mine's MS7? I began it as personal research. In my own life and my family, we experienced a series of just catastrophic problems, just one after the other. It sent me looking for answers, and it became a deeply spiritual journey. So during that time and the research I was doing, I made it a goal to reach out to as many types of cultures and varying people's beliefs as possible. I wanted to gather as many together in a place of conversation, not only that I could learn from them, but that I could just observe and listen, and that everyone's voice could sort of be reflected through Mindscope. Now, certainly I don't claim to have been an expert at that. What I tried to do was just create a safe place, a place where we could sit down with our differences, but keep our autonomy, be able to maintain who we are as people, and then sort of reflect that back and forth. Through that, I discovered many things myself, not only about my own deep-rooted belief systems, but just how similar we are, how similar even our belief systems at foundational levels, but even the problems we experience. The thing that's most different about us all is our position to the problem or the circumstance of the day, and that can be ever changing. What we see in our world today is this is sort of colliding at every level, and that brings me to debunk number one. As you see, I share openly what I believe, but also the beliefs of as many cultures as I possibly can. I do this again to offer the ability to sit amongst one another and really reflect and bring a greater awareness, a greater understanding. My goal has never been to change anyone's belief system, and my goal has never been to create a new belief system. We all should be able to maintain the freedom in what we believe and actually see how that complements our world and our society and us as human beings working together. So that brings me to debunk number two. So in the world we see, and it's most so reflected on Mindscope 7's Facebook page, just how multidimensional our world is. But as you read through it, you see all the similarities. Yet we're all very different. We live in different areas. We believe and serve different religions. We're different genders. We're different races. But yet we're all experiences the very exact, very similar problems in every one of these cultures and societies. So what's been happening for decades now is this continuum of sort of the single dimension, that one-dimensional thought, that one-dimensional thing that's causing all of these problems. And if you notice, it's going to always be outside of your particular tribe or your community or your family. It's going to be the other guy causing that. Or within your family, it's going to be that one person in the family causing that. When in reality, it's really layers upon layers over the years that have rooted in. Some of those things we definitely want to keep. They're so valuable to who we are and what we've become and how our society was built. But then other parts of our society seem to keep repeating themselves. But not only do they repeat themselves, they seem to get worse with time. I saw this in my own experience. I saw this in my own family. Problems that often I was trying to discuss within my family, it made people angry. just as Mindscope 7 would bring up points that sometimes made people a little bit triggered. Now, that was not intentional, but what was happening there was something was conflicting. So I tried to offer as many different voices within my writings, but not only voices, but different emotions. Maybe it's a day we're not having such a good day. So just a variety, because this is all our worlds happening every day. We have all these dimensions happening all around us. Yet our world seems to keep saying, it's this one thing. Do this one thing and it solves it all. Take this pill and you are cured. When in reality, that never works. And the reason it can't work is because this layering, this years and years of rooted systems that's now within us, some we need to let go of a little bit, and others we need to cherish. But we're at that pivotal time, that time to determine, has one-dimensional thinking sort of tricked us? Has it given us some information that's no longer useful and maybe even harming us? So this is what I've tried to explore through Mindscope 7, offering a lot of different dimensions in one area for everyone to sit together, and yet it did make people feel quite uncomfortable. Some days they loved it, or some people loved this, some people hated that. But either way, that does represent our world every single day. So this brings me to debunk number 3. Now, we've got a lot more to debunk, but we're just going to start with 3 today. Number 3, is Mindscope 7 crazy? I guess no more than anyone else. Really, Mindscope 7 is diverse, broad-minded. I think that might be not only one of my strengths, but it can also be a weakness, as we'll learn as we go throughout. However, what you really were experiencing was what my history in business has been. I have spent my entire lifetime in some sort of sales and marketing. It's either been with tangible products or in financial areas such as lending and other financial products. That has been my entire career, sales and marketing. I love it. The thing I love next is human behavior, which is closely related to sales and marketing. In order to do sales and marketing, you need to understand your customer. You need to understand the people that you live and work around. You need to understand what they need, and you need to make sure that you build what they need, and you keep yourself out of the equation as much as possible. So that's what I try to achieve, was getting beyond that one-dimensional solution, bringing people into the conversation with the multi-dimensional marketing process. And it worked. Not only did I learn just valuable information, I made a lot of new friends in the process. So today I'm going to close out, again, just with thoughts of gratitude that you have stuck with me for a couple of years. And I've got some interesting new things I want to roll out and get your opinions on. So just stay tuned. Keep your eye open. I'd love to get some opinions on some different segments I'm going to be doing. But before I leave today, I do want to leave with a very special word to our youth. I have children about the same age, and I consider youth like 30 and under. Usually it's 30 when we really start grounding ourselves in who we are. And of course, we learn forever. But you kids really are in need. And I hear this through the voices of my children, yet I see it throughout society. And it's for good reason. So really it's a time to not be blaming our youth, because any errors or flaws we see there, it had to be created by adults who either did nothing or perhaps contributed accidentally or some purposefully. But this is a time that we need to come together. We can't continue this divide of age difference, the youth against the adults. We can't continue to do gender division, men against women, or one religion against the other. This truly is a time to bring everything we have together, to unite ourselves, bring our best skill sets forward. I hope you'll join me, and I hope that we can really start peeling back the layers of Mindscope 7, The Journey. And many of you know I also wrote a book, so we'll be looking at some of the excerpts of that book and talking about that and how that not only related to the journey of Mindscope and the creation of Mindscope, but how it really relates to what's going on in the world today and these needs that our youth are really struggling with in their future. So in fairness to ourselves and to them, we all need to just join together, and we've got a lot of work to do. So I hope you'll join me back. Like I said, I've got 2 or 3 new things that are going to be coming about that I want to get your opinion on. So thanks for joining today. It's been my pleasure. I look forward to getting to know you better. You guys have a great evening.